Seriously. There were... Yeah, I'm ready to play. That sounds bad. Welcome back to the channel. It's New Guitar Day, and this is one of the roughest looking boxes that's ever come my way. Stick around. Now, this was a TEMU purchase that shipped via the boat. So it took a long time to get here, which is okay, but man, is it packaged rough. Look at the bottom. Seriously. There were pieces of this, like picks and stuff, on my front porch. So I'm really kind of concerned about how this one's going to turn out. Again, this was from TEMU. This is supposed to be an Astonville. I think it's an ST-830. Just a cheap Strat type guitar. The stuff in the bag is branded iron. German instructions and an iron strap. Looks like a lightning bolt skull with the pleather ends. It's got the gig bag in there. So far everything said iron. I'm hoping this is not iron branded. I was expecting an Astonville, and that's what I got. Astonvilla. Okay, there we go. First look at the Astonvilla Strat. Yeah, I'm ready to play. Pretty sharp uniformly across the board. So that means all the saddles are going to have to go back. I can tell right away I'm going to have trouble with the E because the spring is already compressed, so there's not much travel. But if I take the spring out, I can probably get it far back enough. Okay, the neck appears to be relatively flat with a tiny bit of visible relief, so that shouldn't be a problem. The string height is a little extreme. Let's do 64s. People like 64s. 6 on the low E and 5/64 on the high E with basic budget tuners. The neck appears to be maple and it's unfinished. I do like the headstock. It looks really familiar. I mean, is that not a fender bend? Or pretty darn close. I'll have to check. I believe it has a rosewood fingerboard. I'm not sure about the top. Whoa. Wow. Whoa. Oh! Is 100% physical damage from this screw hole all the way up to where the crack exits the neck joint. The box was horrible. Yeah, the bottom post is bent. Another battle scar. Definitely took a dent right there. It's chipped the paint. Put a dent in it. Like the box indicated, it took a little damage along the way. Whether or not that's going to impact displayability, I don't know. It's definitely not enough for me to return it. I knew it was going to be a really cheap guitar when I bought it. I'm not really concerned about it. I do like the look. I mean, it's got nice wood grain peeking through that finish. And I always like a nice sunburst, and it's a nice sort of natural looking cherry sunburst. Yeah, classic Strat with the 5-way switch, 1 volume, 2 tones. Of course, every component in this guitar is going to be super cheap, maybe pre-broken, who knows. If there's a link, I'll put it in the description. I know sometimes I put TEMU links up, and when I post them, they are a link directly to the product. But if the product goes out of stock or they rechange their something or other, it links to the general site, which is not my intention, so I apologize for that. When I checked this morning, it was out of stock. And that's probably for the best, because let's pretend that it shipped just fine. And the damage, we don't see it. It's not there. It's not there. This guitar is totally fine as is. No damage. I will take that off. I'll take the neck off. Where it is cracked, and it has just barely broken the finish, if at all, take the neck off, and I'll saturate that with some super thin super glue to hold it in place. Again, I'm not real concerned about it affecting playability at this point. Let's just hear the pickups and see how they sound. There's a buzz on the E string. The bridge saddles here are not perpendicular across the board. One of the posts may be rattling a little bit causing that buzz. It sounds bad. But you hear that the open chords just don't sound right. Okay, the tuning is not off that much. It just does not sound very good. That's the bridge. I like the center pickup the best. Okay, let's just give it some dirt just to say that we did. That's kind of spanky, kind of sounds like the Kinks. It's enough fun for one day. I don't think it's fair to judge this without a full setup, which is obviously what it needs. One thing I can say is the shipping from TEMU was way less than stellar, as evidenced by some damage there. And there, damage. Whether that affects the playability, I think probably not. It's barely cosmetic. I mean, I can feel it more than I can see it. But make no mistake, it took a blow right there. Right there. And something happened that caused a little stress crack up through there, too. So, damage for sure. Neck is kind of chunky at the bottom. Yeah, it kind of feels glary-like. The gig bag is unbranded. Again, first look at the Astonvilla. I think it's an ST-830 Strat copy. White stuff on top of cherry sunburst stuff. Doesn't look too bad. Got a 3-ply pick guard. Rosewood, a fingerboard. Action's a little too high. The nut might need cut in or smoothed out at least. It's a plastic nut. Tuners will get by. I'm not gonna say, hey, rush out and get one of these, because my experience with this one's a little less than stellar. But again, I'll give it a proper setup and play with it for a while. Maybe add to this video before I publish it. I don't know. Again, I'm not judging the playability out of the box. It's going to need a setup. Again, my major complaint is the damage that it received in shipping. Although I don't think that's going to affect playability. So if you want to check it out, go to TEMU. I think these are on AliExpress too, probably DHgate and any other import site. Either under the brand Astonvilla or perhaps Iron. But again, just a super cheap Strat copy. With couponage, this thing cost me less than a haircut. I got $5 credit back because it shipped late. I'm fine with that. The more money you give me, the better I feel. Damage was to be expected based upon the box. And I'll just set it up and leave it as is. I told you I'm going to fix the crack here with some super glue just to make sure that it doesn't move around. Manufacturers, don't just send this. Take the guitar, put it inside this bag, then put it in the box. Then ship it. The guitar will have a much better chance of arriving without, shipping this in the gig bag inside the box could have prevented a lot of damage. Just saying. And it's going to be the second time I've said it, and both times it's been guitars coming from what I believe is the Iron brand or the Astonvilla brand. I've heard that a Moon might be behind this brand. I don't know. It's a cheap guitar from TEMU. That's it. There it is. I want to thank you for tuning in today. I want to thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. If you could, hit that like and subscribe button. There's a little G-Tone logo over there all the time. Just click on it to subscribe. I appreciate it. That's what makes the channel grow. So until next time, take care of yourself. If you get a cheap guitar, tell me about it in the comments. Don't get this one, unless you really want to. I'll talk to you next time. Enjoy. Peace.